Alright guys, it's been a week in the 2018 Stinger all-wheel drive. I have a lot of good things to say about this car. Overall, I'm really impressed with the quality, the way it drives, the way it feels. Let's go over some of it. Let's take this for a night drive, see what the car looks like at night. It has some neat interior accents, some cool lighting, and the car just looks nice. It's very premium. I've had a lot of people give me compliments, ask about the car. A lot of people pointing and saying, "Is that the new Stinger?" Just some general excitement about this car from everyday people that I see out and about. So that's pretty cool. So you can see you've got some neat little blue LED lighting throughout the interior, under the door panels, under the dash. Pretty standard stuff otherwise. Nice reverse camera. It's got great low light, nighttime visibility. Couple things I'll note. So, just a few of the things that I've noticed while driving this car this week. There's a little bit more of a delay between drive and reverse and drive and park and reverse than I would like. When you're navigating tight spaces or you're parking or coming out of the parking lot, there's just a little bit of lag in the transmission. That's really my only transmission complaint. The rest of the time it's pretty responsive. It's been really good. I like eco mode, I like sport mode. The paddle shifters are really nice. There's not a lot of lag from 0 to 50% throttle, from 0 to 100% throttle. Generally, it pretty much does what you ask of it. One thing you might be hearing right now is it's developed a little bit of a rattle in the back. It sounds like it is the tailgate and there's some plastic piece rattling around in there. Probably an easy fix at the dealer, but it's been annoying nonetheless. Probably something that's just unique to this press car. It's kind of been on and off all week, but that's really all I'm going to say about it. I'm going to mention it to the people when I return the car on Thursday, but otherwise, this car feels really, really well put together. No rattles otherwise, nothing up front that would lead me to any concern. This car just feels well put together, aside from that rattle in the back. There's just a general air of quality to everything in the interior. The touch points are really nice. This is definitely just another level for Kia in terms of feel and premium quality. I love the design in here. I love the way everything, all the tactile touch points, all the way the buttons work, the infotainment, the ergonomics are fantastic. The radar-guided cruise control, we're going to get on the highway here in a minute, and the radar-guided cruise control and the lane keep assist I find myself using all the time. Especially the radar-guided cruise control. It'll take you to a complete stop and back in action again in traffic, so you can basically navigate traffic jams without really having to pay attention that much. You just steer, and the car will accelerate and decelerate very, very well, very normally, and it does a really, really stellar job with that. Lane keep assist is great, but honestly, I like to be in control of the steering, and it feels like the steering wheel is trying to rip it. The steering wheel takes priority in control with the lane keep assist setting, so I usually leave that off. On the highway, it's really comfortable, very quiet. There's not a lot of engine noise from this drivetrain, from this 2-liter turbo. Gas mileage has been okay, about 22 miles to the gallon. Nothing really to write home about. But one thing I will say is that I absolutely love the handling in this car. It is phenomenal. There is just so much grip. We're doing higher speeds around this entrance ramp than I usually do in most press cars. Just amazing. From a performance standpoint, this has one of the best sedan chassis that I've driven all year. It is just a top performer. And I think that's because it's a rear-wheel drive chassis. I mean, this isn't something that's front-wheel drive that's been converted to all-wheel drive. This was made to be a rear-wheel drive sedan, and it has an inherent advantage because of that. One thing that I don't like ergonomically is that the lane keep assist is really far over to the left down here on the buttons to the side of the steering wheel. And if you want to quickly turn it on and off, it's really tough to get to. Usually I just leave it off, and I haven't really touched it much since. So it's not really that big of a deal if you're not going to use it, but if you do use it, it can be kind of annoying because you usually have to look and see what you're touching, because it's not very easy to decipher from the other buttons in that area. Otherwise, I'm really happy with this car ergonomically. It has a ton of space. I threw 4 spare tires in the back earlier today to take to my Miata. It's just super practical. There's a ton of room. It's really comfortable for 4 people. It rides well. It looks good. People think it's something besides a Kia. I do find myself turning off the stop-start constantly just because it resets every time you cycle the car on. So I've gotten in the habit of turning on the car, turning off stop-start, and pretty much ready to rock and roll at that point. But overall, I'm really impressed with this. You can't really go wrong with this new GT. The all-wheel drive is still a lot of fun to drive. It feels really lively. I'd be very curious to get into a rear-wheel drive car and see how that feels. I can just say that this is very confidence-inspiring. It has a lot of traction. You can really push this car around corners. I assume it'd be awesome in the winter. It's been very nice to drive and enjoy this week. I dig it. A couple little gripes, but ultimately this is a really solid performer. That's about all I have to say. I think there's a lot of hype surrounding the GT, but if that's a little bit above your budget, you really get a lot of that sweetness with still what is a very good engine in this base model. So a lot of the higher features from the GT trickle down to this model. You have pretty much everything you'd need here. I would definitely recommend the radar guided cruise control. It works so well, it's totally worth it. It's almost like you're driving an autonomous car in traffic with the stop and go, and all you have to do is steer. I've used that constantly this week, and it's not one of those systems where it's obtrusive or you feel like you're braking too much. I don't feel like I'm going to get rear-ended because the car is going to be braking super abruptly. It just works well in practice and in reality. So, hats off to Kia for really putting together a nice car. I like it. I like it a lot. I think it's good value in the marketplace. This is a pretty compelling purchase. So there you go. Those are my thoughts. I will be trying to get a Kia Stinger GT pretty soon, actually. I assume I'll be able to get one because now that it's springtime, things are warming up. They're going to start bringing rear-wheel drive fast cars into the fleet. And once we don't have any more snow here in Michigan, that's when it happens. Anyway, guys, thanks again for watching. Appreciate you guys taking the time to watch the videos and leave comments and support the channel. We'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.